Well, in the not-for-profit arena and the educational arena, I know this is a foreign concept in the corporate world, but in the educational arena, there's a concept of tenure. So professors have pretty much guaranteed employment, and there's no mandatory retirement. So what employers really rely on is the ability for those employer-provided benefits to build retirement security so that they will retire at a timely age. That means a lot because, first of all, people who delay their retirements are usually at the peak of their earnings in their career, so their high total compensation costs, salary and salary-related benefits. As they're aging, they're also using health care more, higher health care utilization, driving up the cost of their active health care plans. And in the end, especially in higher ed, they're not necessarily being able to attract and recruit newer, younger faculty for emerging topics of study. You know, maybe you don't need the 19th century French Renaissance or 19th century French literature professor. You need a computer sciences professor. And if there's not enough turnover, then that institutional renewal is really affected. So I think about that in the corporate world, and although it's a different concept, no tenure system there, what you really still have is the impact on employers of that very high total compensation cost, lack of renewal, unless there's some cause for termination, some downsizing, of course, that could occur too, but there's still a need to make sure that there are timely retirements. So from an institutional or employer perspective, that's one thing. But then you break it down to the individual's perspective. And that's where we get into these heartbreaking stories about hearing, who has enough money to retire,